Hey, it just told us we're live. The problem is it always starts a little bit before it actually tells us. So they probably heard what I was saying before.
Mine just went live now, so you had like that whole spiel.
All right. So yeah, it's me and Patty. If you're watching this on the replay, we're starting a couple minutes early because we know nobody actually comes in right on time. So we're gonna start early, and then when people actually show up, we'll actually be already into it. Hey, John Gunsel's in the chat. Good to see you, man.
Oh, nice.
Always good to see you. Obviously, Steve A is moderating, and big thank you to him. But our main guest tonight, who we're super happy to have on, and we're going to talk whiskey with, is Mr. Scabies. But actually, it's Patrick Baloney from up Green Bay.
It's nice to meet you. I'm glad to be here to be talking about a few Wisconsin whiskeys and a few other ones from the Midwest that will sneak in there.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, we should actually talk a little bit about this because you sent me a whole bunch of samples. You were very generous.
Well, I was trying to give some of the better ones that I had tried over the last couple months out to a couple different YouTube channels, just so people could try stuff from the Midwest. Now I know you're from the Midwest, so it seems dumb, but I was also trying to go for sometimes you get acclimated to regions if you're there, and maybe sometimes like water or stuff, you can get acclimated to weird funks and stuff like that where you might not taste them anymore, but someone else would be like, what the hell? And I think it's always good to get that impression from a few different places.
That is a good call. I like that. Yeah, and Jeffrey Patron is here. Whiskey and the Radio Vice. Badger. I like that. Yes, we are the Whiskey Badgers. Speaking of which, so when we got you on the show, I was like, oh, we're totally going to be the Whiskey Badgers. That's definitely what we're going to be. But then I wanted to make sure no one else had already stolen that handle. So I went on Google and searched Whiskey Badger, right? And there was a whiskey-badger.com. So I was super scared someone had already stolen the moniker. But if you go to whiskey-badger.com, all it is a single page with a bright green backdrop and a picture of a piglet cuddling a sheep. So I was like, all right, I think we're safe. I think we can use this name.
I don't think you're gonna get questioned for that.
Yeah.
I like that picture.
But yeah, so all right, let's get into it. So I'm doing this blind actually. Well, mostly blind. I kind of saw some of the stuff that was on the list before, but I don't know what order it's in necessarily, or what the specifics of each is. I just know some of the distilleries that might be in here. So this is my sample number 1. And hopefully you know which one that is, Patty.
I do, and I'm gonna pour myself some of that right now. So.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so I've got all these capped, as you can see, but these are all Whiskey Trap hats too. I didn't realize how many of these I had accumulated.
I've got like 4 or 5. They keep adding up.
Yeah, they really do. Hey, Mark J G. How you doing, man? Always good to see you. All right. So yeah, I was actually wondering if you want to tell folks a little bit more. Who else have you sent samples to?
Okay, well, first off, I sent stuff to Jeffrey Patron, who was in the chat. He gave a little kind of overview of it one day. And then since Mitch Weddle and Raymond Michael Ramos, or the Whiskey Mariachi, didn't have their own channel, I had them on mine. And Ray won his batch by answering a question, so he just got a set of free samples. But he has very good insight into that end with cigars, so we were happy to have him on. Sent a batch to you. There's a set that went to the guys at Cask Strength. And then Adam Bruner up in Canada is getting a set as well, too.
Cool. All right. So
Well,
yeah, you got it. You got them all over the place.
yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
not everyone in cast strength. Jeremy got screwed. I wasn't sending something to Australia.
That's his own fault for living in Australia.
Yeah. Well, and with everything that can kill you there.
I know, right? We can't risk that a dingo might steal that whiskey. Jeremy, if you see this later, we love you. All right. But sample number one. Okay, this one's kind of interesting because the first thing I got on this was it's lightly sweet. I'd say it's not brown sugar, it's more like confectionery sugar. And just a hint of cherry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I'm guessing it's got to be a younger bourbon, right? Because it smells a touch young.
Young and to me like a little dusty.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, like like a wood shop. Hey, Benjamin Eves, how you doing? John Gunsel was saying he thought Jeremy was a New Zealander. No, he's definitely Australian. Jesse's from Stillet's, New Zealand, though. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which also I got to meet him on a Google Hangout, and I totally fanboyed about it. Like I literally did the, oh my god, I love your channel! I'm so excited! It's so great!
Just got to get that out. It was like,
oh my god!
Otherwise,
yeah.
You're being
and he's such a polite guy. He was just kind of like, okay, well, thank you, and then didn't talk to me for the rest of the hangout. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean about dust. And you know what? There's an interesting thing with a younger bourbon that I find sometimes the young funkiness reminds me of like Kraft mac and cheese.
Oh, Kraft. I guess I can see that.
I don't know. It's a really weird like inference to make, but
I'm gonna say it's like that stale smell when you open the mac and cheese box. Like,
yeah.
I can see that.
Oh, that's actually really nice on the taste. There's still a little bit of that funky note, like younger note, for sure. But there's kind of what is that? Like sweet. Like sweet and sunflower seeds. Like sugar on sunflower seeds, if that were ever a combination.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Do you want to know more about it now, or do we want to move further?
What was that?
Do you want to know a little bit more about it?
Yeah. I think I might know and I had this spoiled for me a little bit when I took a peek at the list, but I'm guessing this is probably Panther.
That is.
Okay. Yeah. This reminds me, because I'm wondering what is this? Because it's not their standard edition.
No, well, it's actually Panther made it, but the Phillips Distilling Company is releasing it. So it's like a collaboration between them. But Panther's cool because they have like an aquifer that comes out at like 38 degrees nonstop. So they have some neat water they're using. But in this, because I thought it's only 46.5% alcohol by volume. And what's in it is 83% short summer corn and 17% red winter wheat. So a little more
That makes
varieties.
sense. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not, there's a little bit of heat there, but it's not like grain spice. It's more just the heat of the alcohol, probably.
And there was a bit there where it was like the winter wheat, where I thought I was getting more of almost a little bit of a rye flavor to it, but that was just me getting wheat spice confused.
Yeah.
But when I was talking to Mitch, because what you're going to find out is it's a minimum of 4 years in a barrel.
Okay. Yeah.
It's really young, but what it is, it's Minnesota oak. So, and this is distinctively different because the rings in the growing seasons are much tighter together and more compact. So you get less sugar. So that's why like some of the southern oak, they're like a little bit wider between the rings and you get more sugars in between it then. So Mitch was saying part of that actually was because of the barrel that you're getting some of the flavor out of it because it's a little bit different from the way it's comprised.
No kidding. That's weird. Yeah, I wouldn't say, and this isn't spicy by my.
No, but it just had a little
Yeah, but it's not full sweet either. There is there is something grainy, dry, dusty, almost hay-like about it. Yeah, yeah. Which is interesting because that's kind of similar to what like Canadians do when they make rye. It's like, oh, if the barrel spices taste rye enough, you can call it Canadian whiskey.
Yeah, we'll just put that name on it.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so when I had this, I don't want to say I was like blown away or anything, but it was definitely a different flavor than what I was expecting out of just like a bourbon when you jump into that. And I like that they were using different corns and wheats because at first I thought it was the wheat that was giving some of the different flavors to it more than the barrel, but
yeah, it's a little sharper than I would expect. Than I would expect a wheater to be.
Yeah, it has like that. Like halfway through, it gets like a little bite to it.
Right.
Kind of comes up and down.
But yeah, no, definitely not bad. I gotta say, their 2-year-old was way, way younger than this, younger tasting than this. I mean, obviously it was younger, but it was also younger tasting. And this one is actually quite a bit better.
Because I remember they had some other stuff that they were doing that sounded unique from Panther, where they're like, I forgot, what did you have? Was it the Pike or the St. Paul or something?
It was the St. Paul. Yeah.
They just had a couple other ones that were unique, like a couple seasonal ones. I'm like, well, I wonder how they hold up with what you're doing, but.
Yeah. I do still think 4 years might be a little young for this region.
I would tend to agree when you're doing a bourbon.
With a bourbon, I think this is still a little young, but definitely a step in the right direction. This one's cool. All right, let's talk about number 2.
Number 2. Okay.
Oh, also, I forgot to mention John Gunsel did say Jesse is cool AF.
That's true.
As Fonz, yes, he is. That's what that stands for.
That's too Wisconsin.
Oh man, I should go film an episode next to the Fonz statue.
Definitely.
Do people know about that outside of Wisconsin? Have you guys heard of that about our bronze Fonz? It's kind of terrifying, actually.
It is. It's not necessarily the best bust of him.
No, it really is.
Like a Halloween Fonz that you're going to get a picture next to.
Oh man! All right, okay. I'm going to go to number 2 now. Ooh! All right, this one just jumps out of the glass. Dang.
Yeah, I picked the right one here.
Whoa. Yeah. Okay, I gotta believe this one's a Benjamin E's. Yes, a bronze Henry Winkler. Yeah, he's in the Fonz. It's the Fonz outfit too. He's doing the whole thing. It's down by the river. It's down by the Milwaukee River. They tucked it on this little platform back there. It's there was a whole campaign.
Nice, and at the same time hide it.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Alex Bowdry, how you doing? Oh, we're just hanging out, drinking some Midwest whiskey that was given to me by Paddy Baloney, my main man, who's on the call. We are on sample number 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is. I'm getting more of that kind of peach, that stone fruit / peach sweetness. Not even sweetness, just fruitiness I get from rye.
I can see that, definitely.
And not not super. I'm guessing it's got to be a little stronger than the last one, but I don't think it's not coming off as super hot on the nose. Let's get a taste.
That is what I liked about this one, is it didn't come off too hot alcohol-wise at all.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's peaches and licorice, man. Peaches, licorice, and dill.
I was going to say in the dill, because I definitely get the dill when I swallow through.
Yeah. Oh man, there's a ton of dill on that.
Rush.
That is ridiculously dilly. Ooh. Okay. So this has got to be a cast strength rye, right?
That is exactly right.
Okay. And
Like,
I know which one. It's got to
bump there.
Oh man. Yeah, I gotta believe that this is some Driftless Glen, right?
You are exactly right.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
But
old
actually, we were just okay. So me and the old man, we actually just did my bottle of Driftless Glen rye the other day. It's gonna be coming out probably Friday.
Okay.
I'm gonna be doing a review of that Friday. This one is way different than the one I have.
That's
So you're the one, the sample you sent me?
Yeah, because Matt had the same bottle I had the other night when we were on Whiskey Crusaders.
Yeah.
And what you had was a different one. So.
Oh, this is crazy. It's way different because now that I'm smelling it a little bit more. This is like mustard. This is like a Grey Poupon mustard mixed with peaches. Is what I'm getting on the nose.
Mustard.
Yeah, yeah. Like spicy brown mustard.
It was a little ground, like with
yeah. The kind of mustard where you get those seeds in it.
Now I just see you rolling up next to me in a car in my head. Grey Poupon? Yeah, I do.
Oh man, I love this stuff though. And it's funny that because the other one I have is really not dilly at all.
Really?
The one I have is really not dilly. It's really more peppery. Like it's peppery. It's got some of the same fruit notes, but it's definitely not this kind of black licorice dill thing going on.
And I would probably lean more yours. Oh, and for everyone else not watching that doesn't know this one, this is one of Ed's favorites. So that's actually why I picked it in the first place. It's Driftless Glen's Young Rye, cask strength, 61.3%. Aged only 14 months, 75% rye, and then a mix of corn and malted barley.
Yeah, do you happen to know, do you know what percentages those were? Because I can't find it anywhere.
For the corn and the malted barley?
Yeah.
Oh, that's like...
proprietary.
I didn't ask them, but it's one of those things where if I didn't find it after how many days of looking around, I just assume you don't want me to know.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, I know it was like 75% rye on that one. But I thought for 14 months, that's like crazy.
Oh, this is fantastic. This is so fantastic, man. I love this stuff. And it's so sad that there's such a short supply of it. Like I know they have their blended rye, the one they've done for multiple barrels, but it's just not the same, man.
No. Well, and it's that this had so much at 61, and I think someone else is like 63. You don't taste that much alcohol. Like you're guessing it maybe a little bit above 46. Like,
yeah,
it's not bad. Like you can tell it's a little punchier, but it's not like some of them where you have them. It's like a couple of bookers where you're like, hold on to the table for a second.
Yeah, no, you would think the nose on this would be burning. Like you can taste the alcohol when you drink it for sure, but the nose, you don't get much alcohol for 60. What was it? 62, 61? Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing I'm excited about, as always, Nancy Fraley's doing something with them that they're going to be releasing, and whatever she touches is pretty much gold. So
yeah, that's pretty fantastic. You know, that's a seal of quality.
It is. Oh, Nancy Fraley was there. I was like, well, I'm definitely going to like this, and let's try something else then. It usually doesn't go someplace if you're not doing something decent in the first place.
Right. So. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I know. I love those Driftless Glen guys. They're doing some really cool stuff. You guys are oh, there's Mark. I was just about to say you guys are very quiet in the chat tonight. I'm not. Oh yeah, we only got a couple viewers tonight. That's okay. No, I'm not worried about the numbers. I'm just happy you guys are here. We love you. We love you no matter what. Yeah, Mark says she's awesome. And Steve A agrees. Yeah, no, for sure. That's the fun thing. I love these wandering consultants who go around and just like help people with their distillery stuff.
I think like after you made it as yourself, that's like the greatest thing to do is like, oh, I don't want any real responsibility anymore for this. I do want to make money and be around it and hang out. And I'm like, that is so perfect.
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah.
you hang out and like if I'm bringing you in, I'm probably paying your dime.
Right.
Like your hotel and stuff. Like I am borrowing you.
Yeah. Oh no, that's the perfect job, and I think it's just fantastic because you just see the fingerprint, the fingerprint of certain people across the country in terms of whiskey.
Especially with her, I think it's neat because even though you have like regional stuff, like she just done a lot in Texas, she's done 2 or 3 in Wisconsin and some other states. So like you said, there's like that thumbprint, even though it's like a different regional type, like you still taste that in the background.
Right. Oh,
Like,
for sure. Well, I just think of like Dave Pickerell and everything he did for all these different distilleries. I was thinking about him like earlier today. I don't know what I was doing, but I just thought of Dave and I got a little sad all of a sudden.
I can see that.
Yeah.
He did a lot of good stuff for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, you look at a lot of people that are decently established now as far as some of the distilleries. Yeah, pretty much everyone he put his hand on is pretty damn decent. So
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Even what was it? The Metallica one? That's one of the only celebrity endorsed whiskeys I found that is just amazing. And I mean it's because he was involved.
well, and that was smart, but otherwise I wouldn't have believed a damn thing. I'm like, this is gonna be terrible.
I know, right? Yeah, you just kind of assume they're only selling it to people who care about the name. You know? Yeah.
And we'll drink it before a show.
Like, yeah, exactly. Before
a show.
Alex Beaudry, let's get us to double digits. You don't have to worry about that, man. This is a very niche show, and I'm okay with it being that way. We're small, but we're a tight-knit community. So that's all I'm looking for. Oh, Benjamin Eve says, come on, man, that Boone's was freaking amazing stuff. We don't even need to. I try not to say that name on this channel just because of all the fallout that came from that review.
From what review?
Huh?
What review?
Oh, the review of Boone's Bourbon.
Oh,
he's some small time. Oh, I shouldn't say small time. He'll get offended. He is a singer songwriter down Carolina, and I guess he distilled a bourbon. He claims he's a distiller. He's not a distiller. All he did was he hired a local distillery to make whiskey for him, and he filled out the paperwork to put it in his name. And he sold the rights to Terra Sentia, the people who are doing that like fast aging technology stuff.
Yeah, thing. Yeah.
Yeah, with the ultrasonics.
Yeah.
And basically it was terrible, and we completely just ripped it apart. And he came in our YouTube chat and was like, he tried to play like super nice, but he said a bunch of stuff that was patently untrue, like saying that Bullet and High West were doing the ultrasonic stuff, which
that's an outlandish claim.
Yeah, and like he said, like Angel's Envy was doing the ultrasonic aging. Like he obviously had no idea what he was talking about. He also claimed bourbon wasn't a type of whiskey. Like it was a whole thing. But basically, yeah, he went on Twitter and tried to like savage us, and he tried to like big time us, because he's got more followers, and he was like, "Oh, look at these idiots like filming a show in their dining room, blah blah blah. I'm such a big rock star," and it was just,
All I'm gonna say is it probably got you more followers.
Oh, it did. Oh my god, that video exploded. Like we got so many views on that video. Our Facebook numbers jumped, like the whole thing. Like it was amazing. And we made 2 more follow-up videos, like explaining everything he said wrong in our chat. Like we explained it all, and those videos also like got 400 views a pop. So it's like, yeah, I'm not actually too mad about the whole thing.
I didn't really say anything wrong, I I just provided facts.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Anyway, we don't need to keep talking about that. That was a whole other thing that has nothing to do with tonight's content.
Pulling you down.
But yeah, go follow Tyler Boone if you want to hear some guy who really doesn't know anything about whiskey talk about a whiskey he kind of made. Anyway.
Sorry.
Anyway, Benjamin Eves is saying, I live in South Carolina. Never heard of the guy till John Versati told me about it and saw your review. That's how he found us. Oh, nice, man. Thank you. I do remember you jumped on him on Twitter, too. Because you said some stupid crap and you told him off. That was fantastic. I really actually shouldn't be talking about this because I feel like I'm just going to piss him off more. We're just going to start this all over again. So I'm going to let it go.
Yeah, but it's a Wisconsin whiskey review. So.
Right, it's Wisconsin. So, all right, sample 3.
Oh, that's wrong.
Mark JG, he is saying he was asked at the liquor store if Old Pulteney was a whiskey or a scotch from the staff. Was that a local liquor store or one of the big guys?
Yeah, that's not good.
Benjamin says he got the old block too. Yeah, oh yeah, he blocked all of us as soon as we like pointed out anything he said wrong. He's a little thin-skinned, I think. Oh, that was local?
Tell me these things because I do like to, I don't know, poke at people from time to time.
I know, but you gotta be the bigger person. Like I shouldn't be crapping on him. He's trying to do I shouldn't make fun of him for not knowing things. It's just if you're gonna be pompous and a dick about it, maybe know what the hell you're talking about.
Well, you can't like set out statements and make claims that people are doing that when just about everyone knows they're not. Like that's it. It's just you could claim that some podunk place was doing it, and maybe, but
right. But like if it is easily like denied, like you can easily figure out that he's wrong. Like it took me like 5 Google searches and I'm like, yeah. Hey, Bourbon Buddies, how you doing? I just saw your video over the best scotch ever video. That was very cute, you guys. I thought that was fantastic. Mark G, that was a local shop. That is not good. Like I've come to expect the Total Wine people to be a little iffy on like their knowledge, you know. Man, that's unfortunate though.
Someone's first day.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. Like, and you know, some people do get hired at liquor stores to work be the cashier, and they might not know a whole lot. So you know, you can't be too mad, but that's probably something they should let people know. Okay, let's get into this one. Oh, okay. So this one is definitely flatter than the number 2, than the rye.
Different as far as
it's way caramely. That's the main thing I'm getting off of this. This is super caramely, like a caramel apple almost.
Whew.
Oh yeah, Bourbon Buddies is asking what Steve was drinking tonight. What is everyone drinking tonight? I would love to know. Mark J says she was the inventory manager. Ooh.
Oh. Okay, well, that's not.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta just let that go. You gotta be polite and just say, hey, it is definitely a whiskey, but you know, whatever. No worries. I feel like, yeah.
Yes, it is a whiskey.
Like I just feel like, lecturing people in liquor stores is not something I care to do. That just makes you come off as a dick.
I am jealous, Mark G, with his Baloney Srirachos. That's. I haven't had that yet, and I am jealous of you.
I actually have a sample of that here that I got from Josh Galladay. Me and Erica had no idea how to pronounce that. I settled on Hechiceros. I really wasn't sure.
I didn't do well in Spanish class. I think the teacher let 2 or 3 of us like kind of passed, just knowing that we weren't going to take the next class.
Oh, for sure. I took a year of Chinese, and I speak absolutely no Chinese.
That's at least intriguing. Like, did they offer
Yeah.
that? Ooh.
Well, they hired a teacher who she knew Chinese. She could speak Chinese, but she definitely came to class high. Well, she usually sobered up by our class because our class was after lunch. So the class before ours, she was usually pretty high. But that she also, like, the first time I got drunk was liquor she bought for us. It's a whole thing. She was an interesting teacher. She also, Erica would call this squatting. I don't know if that's technically what it is, but she did live in a factory or an old abandoned Walmart for a while.
This has so many questions. It's a whole episode.
Oh my God, yeah. That was Sherwood High School. Then Steve A is on water. He's been drinking a lot of class for the past few weeks. That is fair. Take it easy. Beaudry is on beer. Nothing wrong with beer. I like beer now and again. Although, beer makes me feel so like gassy. That's why I like whiskey. It's easy.
I get bloated on it. Like I get before I get a buzz. So
yeah, this is like caramel apple, maybe a touch of spice, touch of cinnamon. It's a little hard coming off the Driftless Glen. Coming off the Driftless Glen, it's a little tough to find out, like, stand out.
It was, I thought, like a lot flatter.
Yeah, this is flatter.
That one is from Yahara Bay.
Oh, okay.
Just their Yahara Bay whiskey. It's only at 40%, so it's not super punchy or layered. It is a 4-grain. They're not telling you what it is. That's just,
okay.
But then 2 years in a Southern white oak barrel is what that one is. And I found that when I had that one, that flavor-wise, not like Basil Hayden, but friendly-wise, where I think, like, if someone hadn't had a whiskey, that was something you could have and it wasn't going to be overwhelming, and it kind of disappears quick. So it doesn't get a bunch of tannins and everything hanging out. So it's really friendly in my mind. And like I said, after the rye, that's cask strength, you don't get, it kind of deadens your senses a little bit, but that one is a little bit blander together. But I think for what they were going for was just like an entry whiskey, and for that, it's fine.
Yeah. Oh no, I like it. I mean, I don't think it's definitely not bad. There's a little bit. It reminds me of 1867, the Canadian whiskey, the sourced one they bottled down in Kentucky.
Okay.
Because it's a very similar thing. It's just kind of nice, caramely, very pleasant. This one at least does have a little touch more punch. It does have a little bit more pepper on it. But no, it's definitely just quite nice. I haven't been paying attention to the chat. Mark G says, I love stories about that teacher. So funny. Man, Erica gives me so much crap for that. She thinks it's just so creepy. Benjamin Eves says, I think we need a live stream of just good whiskey stories or whiskey-induced stories. Yeah. Did I ever tell you guys the baboon story? I don't know if I did. Someone. Oh, there's Erica. Yeah. If I haven't told you guys the baboon story, let me know in the chat, because that's a fun one. That's always good.
I do not know the baboon story.
Okay. Well, I don't want to tell it if I've already said it on stream, though.
That's fine. Otherwise, I'm hearing it afterwards.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I'm gonna move on to 4.
Okay. Oh wait.
Oh man. Okay.
Yes, this one.
This is interesting. Okay. First thing I got was rubber, like burned rubber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. burnt rubber, and it's not quite smoky, but maybe ashy.
I can see the ash in there. What you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like smoky, but it's definitely phenolic.
Yeah, and it's not like dusty where it is more ashy.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, that's different. That is a far cry from these other three. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna get a taste real quick. Hmm. Okay. Now that's tasting a little bit more vanilla-y, a little bit more caramely, but that is really dry too. That's like really drying on the tongue.
Yep, on the back half of that, it is like
Yeah. That's almost
whiny.
like acidic or tart wine kind of, like really tannic or chewy as the wine guys say.
Chewy's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
And I get a little bit of in the first front half of it.
There's a slight There's a slight almost it's almost like Fino sherry it reminds me of. Like a little nuttiness, a little just a touch of like weird kind of tart fruit.
Mm-hmm.
What is this, dude? I mean, I'm not sure if this is smoked or if this was finished in something, like if it was finished in like sherry barrels, but there's something going on.
All right, this one is Jay Reiger and Company out of Kansas City. Dave Pickerel had his hand at this.
Oh, nice.
Blending. This is a blend. So I was gonna say straight bourbon, light corn whiskey, and straight rye is what's in here, and then also a little bit of 15-year-old Oloroso sherry.
Oh, all right.
Just a touch of it, not the barrel, but a little bit of that.
Just a little bit of sherry.
A little bit of sherry in there.
Oh man, this one is nuts.
Yeah, this one I really liked. I want to give it away, but overall of all of them, I thought that this was maybe the most well balanced from beginning to end.
Yeah, this one takes you on a ride. This one definitely takes you on a ride because the nose I reminds me it's not smoky. It's not like peaty smoke, but does have that burnt match head kind of thing. Not even burnt match head, but like rubber eraser of like a sherry finished whiskey.
Like the rubber eraser, like after you erased it too.
Yeah, exactly. Like you really rubbed at it really hard and you know it got heated up. Yeah. Oh man. But then when it gets in there, there's the vanilla, the caramel, and then that fruitiness. When you drink it, it gets tannic, but then there's just that little hint of fruitiness in there.
And it's a little light and a little mostly dark, but there's like a little light hint in it that I thought was a little citrusy.
Yeah, that's fantastic, dude.
And
this is amazing.
Yeah, I was totally happy with them. I kind of fanboyed them for a little bit. I felt a little bad, but at the same time, when they just opened their new facility, so they'll be making this, and they are opening a 60,000 square foot facility, and they're going to be doing a few other ones as well too. Now that they have their own production, so in the next couple of years, they're going to be doing some neat stuff.
Cool.
They have one that's called the Monocle that they age an old massive sherry, also sherry bus. But it's like one of those once a year things that they release. But it sounded like heaven, like
nice,
little chocolatey, and then also like some fruit and some other stuff. I was like, I'm gonna have to send a minion out and find one. And be like, I need one of these bottles.
If you guys didn't see, Erica just arrived. She was out and about, which is why she's not on this stream. But she says hello to everybody. Yeah, that's amazing. And you said so. This is a standard one they're doing. This is the standard blend.
The one they came up with Dave a long time ago, and then they're going to be. They just started their whole production facility, so then they're going to be bottling their own and producing some other stuff as well too. So besides this blend, but
cool.
For what it was, I was like, once again, where you saw the hand of someone who was wonderful in whiskey, you see it pull through. But
Yeah.
they have, if you ever check out their webpage, their story is badass. I'm totally behind how that all came together.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check that out. Do you know what distribution they have on this? Because I see Benjamin Eves is saying he'd like to get a hold of some.
They have pretty decent stuff because originally, way back in the day, they were like the U.S.'s biggest whiskey mail order whiskey company.
Oh, neat.
And they vaguely want to mimic that, but they have pretty decent distribution. So I was going to say they're getting into a lot of places. And if you ever find it, they have a bottle that says like a holiday blend, which is, I don't know if you can see it here. They have a normal one and a holiday. Same juice on the inside.
Cool.
Nothing
Nice.
different. Just a different cool bottle.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. And the raisin's really coming out now.
Yeah, now that you mentioned it on the nose, like the third time in here.
Yeah. It took a little while to come out on the nose to kind of creep out of that burned rubber thing. But
it's like the third. You're like, oh, this is something different now.
Yeah. Also, I did see that Benjamin Eves says he hasn't heard the baboon story. Okay, we'll finish up with the baboon story. How about that? We can finish up with that. Just as a little aside. Okay, so unfortunately, I can't really do this last one blind. I'll be honest, because by process of elimination, I know what this one has to be.
That's fair.
But I'm still excited for it because I didn't get to try this one at Distill America, which I believe this was their special secret one.
It was. That was the one they had like one bottle of, and even I missed it, and I was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, I know. Like I should have hit them first, and I wasn't thinking because we were just running around. We were running around before the show.
Well, there's like 80, 90 boosts to hit.
Oh my god. I didn't hit half of them between that and the and like the what do you call it? The speakers. The speakers they had in the basement. Man, I didn't get to do half the stuff they had there. But okay, getting into this one.
Oh, are you gonna let Erica have one of these?
Yeah, maybe. She can. I mean, we've got. So you were so nice. You sent us like this size of bottle. So I took half of each of these, and then we've got an extra bottle of each.
I didn't know. Mic popping on. You never know what people are doing.
So yeah, I think we've got enough that she can have some. Yeah, I was hoping to have the old man on here, but he was busy tonight. That's why you only get my ugly face.
Well, it's 2 Badgers. That's fine.
Yeah. Or as Steve said, the Badgers. All right. This is okay. This is definitely. I mean, I know it's J. Henry 7. This is pretty woody. It's a lot more wood spice than I've found on pretty much any other Wisconsin bourbon.
Yes, and not overpowering wood spice, but it is like bold and forward.
Definitely. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's overpowering. I wouldn't say this is excessive, but yeah, that's like the first thing I get on this.
Mm-hmm.
And then a little bit of hay underneath that, maybe dusty farmyard kind of thing. Almost not quite minerally, but heading in that direction.
I get that. You could smell like a limestone water.
Yeah. The Wisconsin Badgers, Steve A says. Thank you, Steve. Proud Minnesotan over there. What they have to be proud of, I don't know. That really opens up on the taste. Like sometimes I feel like, the nose is like, you're supposed to kind of follow the nose into the taste. Sometimes I feel like the taste opens up so much better. I feel like this is one of those.
This does dramatically different because I was almost getting a little bit of leather on the nose. It seemed like it was subduing some of the flavors. And then when you get a taste of it, yeah, like a flavor explosion.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, that's good. That's cherry on the front end, and then like some sort of like spicy, like those spicy Christmas gumdrops is something I like to. I compare wood spice to those, even some rye, but
I
like
see that.
yeah, those the finish is really nice on that. No youngness, no off note really. I can see what you're saying about the leather, like the
Mhm.
leather being a little heavy on the
On the nose, but then like it almost I don't get much leather on the taste.
no, not at
Everything
all.
dominates it and kicks it around.
Mm-hmm.
And on the end, I get almost a little. I don't want to call it like a creme brulee, but like a warm, creamy part at one part on the finish.
Yeah, yeah, I could for sure see that. That's nice. That's
Mhm.
really nice.
And for cask strength, sorry, I forgot again for everybody. This one's 60%. It's their Patent Road Reserve. It's just their 7-year-old, and it is actually, I think it's wonderful for a 7-year-old because you don't get to try many 7-year-old crafts.
That is true.
It's hard to find in general, even if they've been around for a decade or 12, 15 years. A lot of people will cap off at 5, and they're definitely headed in the right direction with this.
Oh, for sure. For
Like,
sure.
well, I mean, I'm happy with it the way it is.
Yeah. No,
Like,
I just it's gonna be interesting to see what else they do. Um, I do think surprisingly enough though, the Driftless Glen at 61 is less hot than the J. Henry at 60. But this
yep,
is a year compared to 7.
yes, definitely. This,
That is crazy. I don't know what's up with that.
well, that one, like I said, for 14 months, the Driftless Glen is ridiculous. Like, especially up here. Like, you always think like rise maybe 2 years, and it will kind of be okay no matter what region it's in, like Kentucky here, wherever.
Yeah.
But 14 months is tight for up here, especially depending upon when you start the 14 months.
Yeah.
Like you started at the wrong time, and that could just be a whole bunch of cold.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. You could just have that sitting for 9 months of cold. Oh man. Jeffrey says the J. Henry was heavenly, and he's gonna have your set of samples out to you soon.
Oh,
Also, Jeffrey, I have a gift for you. I got a gift for you for being so nice to me before. So I'll talk to you later about that.
it's nice to hear.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think I can't hoard all this whiskey. I should send out some samples myself or things, gifts. But yeah,
So
really good
on this
stuff.
is nice. It's not overpowering, but it's strong. You get wood, caramel, vanilla, and like the right amount of spice for me. Like it does have like a little bit of spice, but you said there's more heat. But I was gonna say, as far as spice, it kind of levels off nice at the end. I
Yeah.
don't. I just like
No, I agree. I think sometimes the spice in bourbon is kind of incongruent with the rest of the whiskey for me sometimes, and I end up just wanting to go. I just end up wanting a rye because I'm just like, it's got this real sweet kind of fruity thing, and then there's this spike of spice, and that just makes me want rye because it doesn't really mesh together very well. But this one actually does. It works through its spiciness in a good way.
yeah.
You get that really dark, like it reminds me of like blackened the spices on like blackened catfish or something. It's like really, really dark burned spice.
Yeah, I can see that when you're doing that, and like the blackened catfish that's got like a little bit of a pepper bite to it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that has a nice like little crispness to it.
and it's actually opening up a little bit more. I'm getting less of the leather on the nose now that I'm getting down to the bottom of the glass. So that's cool. All right, last step of the evening. because we don't try to keep these going very long. We're almost at 50 minutes, which is about where I want to take this, because we keep these short.
We're mixing things
But
together.
I'm gonna blend all of these right quick and see what happens.
I'm gonna play catch up. Hold on here.
You don't have to blend yours, dude, if you don't want to.
Oh no, I'm definitely doing this. I could use another drink. And I threw a little DeMello's in here, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but thank you so much for these, dude. This is really awesome. I will make sure Erica and my old man drink some. In fact, they could do their own little reaction video. You know, just as a regular video.
Just leave number 3, which is really the Driftless. No, wait. Number 2 is really the Driftless Glen Rye, and Erica will not like you for putting that in there.
So yeah, okay. So this one. Well, she's probably watching right now. She probably heard all that.
Oh, well,
this one she would hate so much.
Just leave number 2 off the list, Erica.
Oh my God, she would hate it so very much.
I don't know how I'm intrigued as to how she would like number 1, that Douglas and Todd.
Oh yeah,
a little bit of that flavor in there, though it's like dusty. I just don't want her to hate it though. Either.
Oh, well, I wouldn't be too offended if she did. she has her likes. Oh, yep, she's in the chat. She's been listening in. All right, let's see how this blend came out. Oh, that's pretty nice. Pretty sweet, pretty caramely. Touch of the dill. It almost reminds me of something. It almost became floral. All these together.
See that a little bit. You might, getting that deep. Well, the Yahara Bay I always thought might be neat to see what it's at like 46 or at cast strength.
Mm-hmm.
Like it has some neat flavors in it. They're just so watered down.
Yeah. Wow, this is actually really good. It reminds me of like cherry and apple. Cherry. No, actually, it's like cherry and apple mixed together with a little bit of cranberry.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting on my blend anyway.
Sorry, mine's got a little bit of that honey stuff in it, so it's throwing my nose off clearly. But
yeah. Well, you mix 5 good whiskeys together, you're probably gonna get a pretty good whiskey.
You hope so.
All right.
Wait. We're hearing this baboon story.
Oh, right. Yeah, for sure. For everyone who stuck around to the end, you get to hear the baboon story. I did promise. We could do a whole episode of just my stupid escapades.
I like the idea of like sort of drunken whiskey stories. So you already had like 2 drinks before you get on to someone's show, and you
right. We should convince. I don't know. We should convince someone to let us invade their show. Like halfway through, just show up and just start telling.
Just, like tell our stories. Like totally screw up the show and take it over. Like
be like, no, we're totally gonna come on and have like honest conversations. We're just gonna be a half hour late. Just let us come on the show.
And then 20 minutes into what we're discussing, all of a sudden they click us off. Like, is this weird description afterwards about sorry about that? We don't know what happened.
Yeah. Okay. So this story. Some of you may know. I may have mentioned this on stream at some point, but I studied abroad in South Africa my junior year of college, and I was down there. I was living with like a bunch of other study abroad students. So like there's a couple of French, a couple of Canadians, German, me. And we'd all go out and drink and carry on. But we met this guy. He was an older South African guy who had fought in the Angolan Bush War.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know some history there, so that's interesting.
Yeah. So we're all talking to him, and we're talking about his time in Angola. And so he was actually in the South African Air Force during the war. So he was pretty far away from the front lines. And He was on an airfield. Whoop, Mr. Scabies, you're drunk. But he was on an airfield, and they built themselves a bush bar, you know. And every day there was this baboon who would come out of the jungle, and he'd come sit at the bar, and they taught him to smoke cigarettes and drink liquor, which is fantastic because baboons are notoriously mean. And
I was gonna say, I'm like, as long as he's your friend and he's not an angry drunk.
I know, right? So this baboon would come to the bar, he'd drink and smoke cigarettes with him. And then one day they're all bored. So they decide to go up to the top of the control tower, and they bring the baboon with them. And they throw a parachute on the baboon. And one guy runs up and grabs the baboon, and the other guy grabs the ripcord, and the first guy chucks him off, and the other guy pulls it, and the parachute deploys, and the baboon floats down to the ground. And the baboon loved it. The baboon goes running back up the control tower, and they grab him, and they throw another parachute on him, and the guy tosses him off, the other one pulls the ripcord. And they do this for an afternoon. Just every time the baboon runs back up, they just chuck him back off. So night falls, and they go to bed, and the next morning they get up and they go to the bush bar. But the baboon doesn't come. And they're looking all over for the baboon.
Come on, you're gonna sad me out now.
And they go to the bottom of the control tower. And there's the baboon. He had climbed up there in the middle of the night and just thrown himself off without a parachute. And Patty, your reaction right now, like you're having the sad reaction, is exactly the reaction we all had to the guy telling the story. Like, he's also telling the story. We're all just sitting around like, oh my God, the baboon died. And he sees all our faces, right? And he goes, no, it's okay. It's okay. We got another baboon. Yep, and that's the baboon story.
I like it.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to go all sad there, but I thought I was watching a movie where I saw it was going. I'm like, this is terrible.
I know. Oh no, it's pretty. No, it is awful. It's a very dark story. Yeah, no, there was actually a baboon who would come onto the University of Cape Town campus and terrify everybody and like steal their lunches and stuff. He was like an older baboon who got kicked out of his troop, and he would actually just come and like steal your sandwich and shit.
I'll just hand it over if I saw one coming at me.
Oh, I know, right? I'm not fucking with one of those.
You want to go into the comments? I'll get you a slice of pizza.
Yeah, right. But yeah, so anyway, we can trade ridiculous stories another time. I've got enough stupid crap to dole out.
I feel like that's a whole nother evening though.
It really is. It really is.
Person evening.
Yeah. Erica always says she's glad she met me now, like rather than when I was in college, because she said she would have hated me.
I had a little learning curve myself, I think.
Yeah.
I agree with that premise.
Anyhow, Benjamin Eve says his Marine Corps friends would probably love that story. That's their kind of humor. I could imagine. There are different reactions to that because some people love that dark humor and some people think it's just psychopathic. But
yeah, but you've crossed the line now that you've giggled at it.
I know. I'm not laughing at the baboon dying. That is sad. That's very sad. I just love his reaction.
I love it.
Anyhow, we should call it a night.
Okay.
Paddy Baloney, thank you so much for coming on. You guys, make sure you go over to Whiskey Den and check out his stuff. And thank you for all the samples.
Not a problem. I'm happy to hand them out to you guys.
Yeah. And so we will not have a live stream next week. Me and Erica are actually going to an Orphan Barrel tasting on Tuesday. So I'm super excited for that. So we're going to be at that rather than streaming. So I think you guys can forgive us. Also, this is the last stream we're going to be doing in this apartment. Next time you see this, we should have a much nicer setup. So yeah.
Is the picture coming?
Is the picture?
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see. If I can find a good place for it, then it will, yeah.
Excellent. Well, thanks for having the stream, Ed. I appreciate you having me on, and it was fun talking about some of these whiskeys.
Yeah. And thank you everyone for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out. And until next time, stay rotten.
Cheers.